We are coming off of a big-time loss against the 49ers, 38-13, and this week it is time for Monday Night Football against the Cleveland Browns. We need to pick up the victory here. It is very pivotal. And I have decided that Mason Rudolph will get the start since Kenny Pickett will be out for the next 8 weeks. Mitchell Trubisky, he played for the majority of the game against the 49ers. He threw 2 interceptions. So I thought, let's give Mason Rudolph his opportunity. It feels like he really hasn't gotten one in his career as a Pittsburgh Steeler. So that is the move for this game. As you see right here, Kenny Pickett with a torn bicep. He will be out for 8 weeks. We're going to look forward to getting him back, but it sucks that he still has not been able to play a full season in his first 2 years of his career. This is a guy that I really do want to build around, but you know, at the moment, it doesn't feel like he is our franchise guy just because he can't stay healthy or he just hasn't had the playing experience that you want. I'm going to go back to the injury report real quick because there are some pretty big changes to this Browns offense now with Nick Chubb being injured for the remainder of the season. You will have Kareem Hunt at running back, and then Amari Cooper is going to be out for this game. And if you go down even farther, Donovan Peoples-Jones will be out for this game. So this is a team that is very thin on offense at the moment. Deshaun Watson will have to get the ball to his star tight end, David Njoku. And we're going to see if we're able to stop this Browns offense, even with their best players out. So I definitely want to speed up the episodes here. Last episode was a little bit over an hour long. I don't want to take too long here for the introduction to the episode. So I think our goal on defense is just going to be to defend the medium pass against Deshaun Watson. I don't think that he's going to scramble that much. And then on offense, I think that I kind of want to go with blitz counter again just because it worked against Nick Bosa last week. He only got back there for 2 sacks, but it was only 2 total sacks for the 49ers. And with a guy like Myles Garrett, I want to look to stop the blitz again. And I definitely want to hop in to some mini games here. I'm not going to do mini games every single week. It'll just get repetitive here on the channel. But I do want to do another mini game with Joey Porter Jr. Last week we did one that was like more of like a team mini game. So this one right here will just focus on Joey Porter Jr. This one's interesting because you can see the route that the receiver is going to run. The big thing here is just don't allow him to score a touchdown. If you can get a tackle, you can put up those points. As it's kind of hard with this angle to see where the receiver is going to be running his route. Even though you can see the route, it's kind of just difficult with this angle. So the goal right here is to just either cause a sack or try and get an interception. As we are matched up on Calvin Austin Jr., that's a beautiful pass by Mason Rudolph. If he can do that in the game, then we will be pretty successful. As that one right there is just kind of hard. Calvin Austin just gets free. If he has time to run, that one should be a pick. There we go. That's a good play. That'll get us up to bronze. Try and jump in front of the routes here. Good pass there by Mason Rudolph. We have 1 rep remaining. I think if we get an interception here, we might be able to move into silver. As we're not going to get there in time, we're going to finish with bronze. At least we're finishing with some kind of medal. And we did have Kenny Pickett as a focus player. Since he's injured, we are not able to put him there anymore. We're not able to do mini games. So we will do one with Keanu Benton, somebody that we took out of that spot. And we're going to do trench battle. I've never done this one before, so hopefully I'm able to do pretty well on it. As I think the goal here is to get past these blockers. You have 10 seconds to try and get to Rudolph and make the sack. As it should be enough time, hopefully. As that was plenty of time, and that is sack number 1. You have 3 reps, and I'm pretty sure with each sack you get upgraded to 1 more medal. So we're at bronze now. Hopefully we can get to silver here, as we are getting to Rudolph in plenty of time, and we're up to silver. Last rep here, we're going to look to get to gold. As I'm just doing this club move, that's the one that I found is most successful here early on, and that is going to be gold for Keanu Benton. So we got to get into the weekly game plan here. I think I want to cause a turnover in this game, and I kind of want to intercept Deshaun Watson. It'll be pretty satisfying. I want to allow 20 points or less. I want to get 300 plus yards of offense. And then the head coach goal, I want to win the turnover battle. That's what we picked last week. I think that's probably the most important one if we're being honest. So we're going to go ahead and start training here. So looking at the training, hopefully we don't have any injuries. We already have enough injuries as it is with our star defensive lineman Cameron Hayward out, and now our young star quarterback Kenny Pickett will be out for a little bit of time. So Fortunately, no injuries, and I think we're ready to get into Monday Night Football against our division rivals, the Cleveland Browns. I want to beat these guys so bad. But before we start, we need to go ahead and upgrade some players, as here are the players that we're going to be upgrading. James Daniels at right guard. I think we'll go with power. Joey Porter Jr. here. I think that I want to go with slot. Now, I'll tell you why I'm going to go with slot, even though he's not going to be a slot corner in our defense. And that is because if you guys watch Bengal, if you pick slot, which I'm going to do right here, that will give you the most points to man-to-man. So man coverage will get +3, +1 to zone, and +1 to press. So that's a pretty good upgrade. Here's one to Larry Ogunjobi. I'm going to go ahead and do power rusher. Probably could have went with run stopper. I think that probably would have fit him a little bit better, but he does have some pass rushing upside, so that's what we went with. And here's Broderick Jones. We're not going to get a lot of upgrades on the offensive line, but I am going to go pass protector with him. And we have one more, but it's a pretty insignificant player, so I think we're ready to get into Monday Night Football against the Cleveland Browns. So if you guys missed the last episode, what are you doing? Go watch it. But like I was saying earlier, we did lose Kenny Pickett for 8 weeks. So our quarterback depth is not really ideal at the moment, as we're going to have Mitch Trubisky backing up Mason Rudolph. And this is Mason Rudolph's first true chance. So without further ado, let's get into Monday Night Primetime against the Cleveland Browns. As here we are in Pittsburgh. Looks like it's going to be perfect weather for this game. As, you know, I don't want to be playing in any rain games, but if I'm going to play in a rain game, it would have probably been beneficial for this one to be it. As Deshaun Watson threw 2 interceptions last week, we're going to look to add to that total. And there's the man, Mason Rudolph, who is going to get his first true opportunity since, 2019, when Ben Roethlisberger was out for the entire season. And he did pretty well. You know, he's notoriously known for the Myles Garrett helmet incident. And I think because of that, a lot of people don't like him, which I don't quite understand. But this is the revenge game for Mason Rudolph against the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns will be wearing their all-white uniforms. I'm not really the biggest fan of it, but that's what they wore in real life against the Steelers, so that's what we're going to give them today. So the Browns will tee it up, and we are underway here in Pittsburgh. We'll get the football first, and we will get a look at our offense. But Calvin Austin Jr., he's got space, or Calvin Austin III, I should say. He had space, takes it to the 33-yard line, and out comes Mason Rudolph. He is a 60 overall quarterback, so you can't expect much. We're going to try and simplify the game plan here. Short throws, screens, and then we're going to try and run it down the Browns' throat, as Najee Harris had over 100 yards last week. So 2 star players on this defensive front, as we're going to give it to Najee Harris to kick this one off, and he's only going to have a gain of 1. If we can't run the ball with success, it might be a long day. So 2nd down and 9, we're going to drop back to pass for the first time today, as George Pickens can't come down with the football. Good pass breakup by the defense. As here is a look at your notable inactives: Cameron Hayward, Deontay Johnson, Kenny Pickett, and we talked about Corey Trice in episode number 1. Big 3rd down here early. Try and get this one to Calvin Austin, as that one is just not a good throw. As Calvin Austin's getting a little bit of chippy with Denzel Ward after the play. I talked about it in the first episode. These player interactions are a little bit goofy. As here is the guy who likes to touch people, Deshaun Watson. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for 321 yards in week 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals. He threw the ball 43 times. So if that is any indication of what their game plan is with Nick Chubb out, it might be a long day of the Browns trying to throw the football. 1st down, and it is a pass as we expected, I guess, and it's going to be completed for 3 yards. Elijah Moore will be their top target out there today with their 2 best receivers out, and Donovan Peoples-Jones and Amari Cooper. If they're going to look to pass for the majority of the game, I think that I'll stay in the nickel for as long as they decide that they want to pass the football. As we didn't see TJ Watt a whole lot in week 1, we're going to look to get some pressure on Deshaun Watson in this one. Hopefully come away with our first sack as a team this season, as that's David Bell on the reception. 1st down, and they're passing again. So 3 straight passes to start the game out, and there is Njoku. And he looks shaken up. So if he's hurt, that is really going to make it difficult for this Browns offense to get anything going. So he's not. He is out there maybe just shaken up after the play. But he is going to remain on the field. 2nd down and 5. And it's a play action. And TJ Watt has his first sack of the season. As they're going to count it as a half sack. I would call that a full sack, but They're going to call it as a half sack. It is what it is. 3rd down and 11 upcoming. So they have passed on every single play to start this drive. 3rd down and 11. Here comes the pressure, and Watson has time, and it's a 1st down as the Browns will cross midfield. 4 for 4. Deshaun Watson starts out this game. Went with the cover 3 there out of the dime. We probably could have went man-to-man, seeing as how this Browns receiving core is not at its best. I got to imagine we could match up pretty well with them, as that's a pretty good play by DeMonte KZ, the safety, as he was matched up on Njoku. Maybe we'll look to go more man. 2nd down and 10, and this looks like it's going to be the first run of the day for the Browns, and it is. Kareem Hunt going nowhere. So 3rd down and 10, we're going to go back to the dime, but we're going to go man-to-man this time, as they're going to Njoku, and that one is broken up by Quan Alexander. We went double team on Njoku there, as we brought down Minkah Fitzpatrick to also help out, and it worked out pretty well that time. So we're going to get the football back here. This one could be a defensive game here. This Browns offense is traditionally not the best, and when you are talking about 3 of your best offensive weapons being out in this one, they're not going to be as good as they would like to be. So we want to try and help out Mason Rudolph as much as possible. I talked about it earlier with short throws and then running the ball with success. As here's Najee Harris, as he's going to have a pickup of 8 on 1st down. 2nd down and 2, and Najee Harris is going to get his first break of the day, as Jaylen Warren will come in at running back. He's got a lot of power, and he's got a lot more speed than Najee Harris. There's a gain of 7 as we move the chains. So we're going to go with a screen here on 1st down, try to get this one out to Najee Harris and make something happen in space, as he is going to cut back. Najee Harris finally taken down, as Mason Rudolph has his first completion of the year, 24 yards on 1st down. 8 catches last week for Pat Freiermuth. We'll look to continue to get him involved, as this one is thrown across the middle. Number 6 is there to make the play. Is that Anthony Walker Jr. or is that Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah? I'm going to say it's Jeremiah. 2nd down and 10. Warren is into the game. We're going to get this one out quickly to Calvin Austin, as he's tackled. A pickup of nothing on 2nd down, and a 3rd down and 10 upcoming. So 3rd down and 10 here. You don't want to do anything stupid, as we're just going to go with the draw to Najee Harris. He's got a little bit of space. He's eventually going to be wrapped up. He picks up 6, and I believe we're going to bring out Chris Boswell for the long field goal attempt. Coach wants us to go for it, but I'm going to override that one. Especially when the wind is at our backs. This does not feel like as long of a field goal. Chris Boswell is pretty much automatic in Pittsburgh as well, as this one looks to be down the middle, and it is. I think that one bounced off the camera. I was going to say, there's no way that one bounced off the crossbar. It does bounce off the camera. 3-0, we take the lead here. So you guys have to let me know, do you guys like the long form content, or would you guys like me to try and speed these episodes up? I personally like just talking and then leaving in what I say, unless I make a big mistake on what I'm saying, then I'll have to edit that out. But overall, I do like making these longer episodes. I tried to hurry up the pregame stuff just because it can get quite repetitive. As this one is a crazy throw by Deshaun Watson, and it's caught for a 1st down, a big-time play as the Browns move into Steelers territory. That was an incredible throw there, as Deshaun Watson was moving to his left and threw across his body and made a crazy play. 1st down and 10 now. We talked about it last game. Bend but don't break approach to the defensive side, as this one's a big run for Kareem Hunt. He's got a 1st down as the Browns are inside the 25-yard line. 1st down and 10 here. They're running again with Kareem Hunt. He's got space. Kareem Hunt is to the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. The Browns strike back quickly. Only 3 plays, as they kicked it off with an incredible play by Deshaun Watson, and then Kareem Hunt did the rest. So Cleveland strikes back very quickly, as our defense just wasn't expecting the quick attack from the Browns. Here's a big run for Najee Harris, and he's up to 28 yards. Right now, he's running very well to start out this season. As we're going to give Najee Harris another rest, as Jaylen Warren comes in. I've talked about it before. I want to split carries with them, but Najee Harris was kind of separating himself last game, as Calvin Austin is trying to get the edge, picks up 4 yards, as that's what we're going to try and do in this game. We're going to try to just be quick with everything. If we can have success running the football, then that will be ideal. I don't want to have to pass as much, as here's another run with Najee Harris, as he's got another 1st down. 36 yards for Najee Harris early in this one, over 7 yards a carry. So another thing, I want to try and get George Pickens involved just a little bit more in this game. as we're going to try and get this one to Pickens. It's floated up there as Mason Rudolph was hit as he threw it. He's only 2 for 6 to start this game out. 2nd down and 10, we're going to go run with Najee Harris as he's got another decent pickup. 3rd down and 6 upcoming. That's the one thing about passing on 1st and 10. If it's an incompletion, you're already behind the sticks. 3rd down and 6 here for the Steelers offense. We're trying to get this one to Freiermuth. As that one's intercepted, that's Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Freiermuth looked like he was open. Maybe we threw it too late, but that is the first interception of the season for Mason Rudolph. As here's another look at it as, yeah, I think Freiermuth was definitely open to begin with. We just saw it too late, and at that point, the route had been jumped. So the Browns take over, and we need to stop here on defense. This one could start to get ugly early. 1st down and 10, Browns are going to pass here, as this one is thrown out to Elijah Moore for a 1st down. This is going to be the last play of the first quarter here as Watson's getting out of the pocket. He's going to scramble and he's going to have a 1st down, but he fumbled as Minkah Fitzpatrick's going to pick it up, and he's got a lot of space to the left. Minkah Fitzpatrick trying to outrun Kareem Hunt, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Big time play. Kenny Pickett's in uniform for whatever reason on the sidelines, as that is exactly what we needed. Deshaun Watson trying to scramble as the first quarter expires and we have the football and we're in business. Back-to-back turnovers by both offenses. 1st down and 10 here. We're going to go with the counter again. Here is Najee Harris. I'm liking the way he's running so far. Pick up a 6. 2nd down and 4. I don't know if play action is probably the best call, especially with a guy like Myles Garrett coming off the edge. But we're going to get this one out to Pat Freiermuth. His first catch of the game as Mason Rudolph looking to forgive himself for the interception earlier. We're going to stay with the same formation as Jaylen Warren will remain into the game here. And that's who we're going to try and give this football to as he's tackled for a loss. Another WWE tackle. That one's Anthony Walker Jr. So the goal here is just don't throw an interception, as that's the dangerous thing about passing here. As this one's a quick hitter out to Najee Harris. Good pickup there. Taking what the defense has given us. Jaylen Warren will stay in the game here on 3rd down and 5. We're going to try and get this one quickly to Calvin Austin III as it's broken up by Anthony Walker Jr. And I think to keep this in a good position here for us, we're just going to take our points. As the kick by Boswell is up, and it is through the uprights. 7-6 is the score. I felt like kicking the field goal was the right thing to do, because if the Browns score a touchdown, at least then it's still a 1-possession game. Just felt like the smart move. So we're going to stay in the nickel look, as the Browns just haven't ran the ball that much. Kareem Hunt did have some success on the drive before last, as they're going to pass the ball again. Here comes Watt, screaming off the edge as he's there to force a bad pass. 2nd down upcoming. We saw this last episode. Here's a look at our draft class. I'm a big fan of this draft class. 2nd down and 10 here. They're going 5 wide. Looks like an obvious passing down here. They're going to go across the middle. It's Elijah Moore. He's got a lot of space. For some reason, Minkah Fitzpatrick was running into Quan Alexander, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Cleveland Browns. That is not Elijah Moore. That is Marquise Goodwin. He's got a lot of speed, so just a terrible defensive play. I mean, what in the world is going on? You look at it here, just Minkah Fitzpatrick is supposed to be coming down in the zone. That's my fault. I probably should have adjusted. I didn't realize that we were going to have Quan Alexander matched up on a speedy receiver. Even then, Minkah Fitzpatrick should have came down and actually helped out, as the Browns have put together 2 quick scoring drives, a turnover, and then a defensive stop that we got earlier on. 1st down and 10 here for our offense. We're going to try and get this one to Allen Robinson here quickly, as that's a good route right there. A nice drag route, picks up 8. Pretty obvious running down upcoming. We're just going to try and pick up our 1st downs. We're going to stay in the shotgun here, as here is the give to Najee Harris, bouncing off a tackler, and he's got a 1st down up to 51 yards. He ran the ball 20 times last week. I think he's on track for a little bit more this week. 1st down and 10. We're going to hit this one to Calvin Austin III. Only 1 reception for him last week. Quick passes are going to be what we're going to try and use to be successful in this game. 1st down and 10 here. We're going to pass again on 1st down. And this one's to Connor Hayward. He had 1 catch last week. He has 1 this week. We're going to go play action again. We're going to try and get this one out to, never mind. I was going to try and get it out to Connor Hayward. I hit the button, but since he was stuck on the defender, it wouldn't allow me to actually throw it to him. That's a big time loss there. 2nd down and 14. We're going to go with another screen. It worked the first time. Jaylen Warren, he's got speed. He's going to try and hit the edge here. Tried to cut back up. That slowed him down, but it is a manageable 3rd down upcoming. 3rd down and 4. I hit the wrong button. You've got to be kidding me. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah with his second interception. That's pretty frustrating. I'll show you what I was looking at here. I don't know why I hit the wrong button. It doesn't make any sense to me either. But I'm looking at Najee Harris here. Just a quick hitter out of the backfield. Why would I have thrown it across the middle? It doesn't make any sense anyways. Right here. I see Najee Harris. This is a quick hitter. Najee Harris has been one of our best players. By the time I'm throwing the ball, I'm just trying to get it quickly to Najee Harris and allow him to cut up field. That's a first down and more. Instead, I hit the wrong button and throw it where there's like 10 guys. Terrible mistake. Our second turnover. That's frustrating. That's one that you wish you could have back. The first one, it is what it is. That one right there, that's just a terrible outcome, as that's going to be a pickup of 8 on first down for the Browns. 170 yards passing for Deshaun Watson. Second down and 2 here. That's a run to Kareem Hunt as he's going to pick up the first down, but we were actually there to make a play this time and not allow a big-time run. Is this a pass here? They're going to Njoku. See, I'm going with a double team on him as I want Minkah Fitzpatrick to just come down quickly and double him up. That's not the case as it's another first down. First down and 10 here. Maybe we can get after Watson here. It is going to be a read option. Minkah Fitzpatrick and Larry Ogunjobi are there to make the play. Here's another pass. And they're going to Njoku again. We're doubling him up. It doesn't even matter. Third down and 5 upcoming. As here we go. Big third down here. As I don't know what to do defensively right now. I don't want to sound like a complainer, but here I'm going double team because I'm trying to utilize our safeties to their ability. Minkah Fitzpatrick is a good cover safety. I'm trying to use them to their, best ability. I'm going double team. It doesn't even matter. They're throwing right at our guys. It doesn't matter. They're picking us apart. First down and 10 carry to Kareem Hunt, and he's going to have 10 more yards. 5 carries, 50 yards for Kareem Hunt. We need a big-time play here on defense. It doesn't help that our offense is just not getting it done at the moment. Like I said, the first interception, it's whatever. Second one, I hit the wrong button. Just not a great start here to the game. As here comes Montravius Adams. This one's going to fall incomplete as Watson had a guy in his face. Second down and 10 here for the Browns. Keanu Benton is going to get the sack, his first of his career, as Larry Ogunjobi had came in. Forced Watson to try and step up and scramble. Keanu Benton came in and cleaned it up. Third down and 16. Feels like an obvious passing down. They could try and catch us off guard with like a draw. And it's going to be a screen. I can't use or I would have tried to get out there and go for a user interception. We do wrap them up, fortunately, so that's going to bring up a fourth down. As that feels like a victory for our defense. We threw the interception. Defense still came in clutch and is going to get us off the field. As the kick is up, and it is good. The Cleveland Browns are going to lead this one 17-6. Remember, we did get the ball to start this game out, so I think it's kind of important that we go down and try and put up some points here. Even if it's only 3, it'll be a one-possession game. Ideally, I would like to score a touchdown. As here is the return by Calvin Austin. As he's got speed, not a lot of space, though. First down and 10. I just want to be safe with the football right now. That's the only thing. As we try to get this one to Calvin Austin, poor throw. Second down and 10. Try and get this one to Pat Freiermuth. Can he cut up field? He's going to be short of the first down, 3rd and inches. I think right here, I do want to just go with a run and pick up the first down, then we can call our first timeout. As here is the run for Najee Harris. He's breaking arm tackles, and we're going to call our first timeout. 44 seconds left here in the first half. As we're just going to step up with Rudolph, try to get what we can. He dives down. Broderick Jones is injured, so that is going to be an injury timeout, and it will take away one of our timeouts. 39 seconds left here. Here's Allen Robinson, as we're just going to try and hit the sidelines, get out of bounds, save that timeout. At the moment, I would say that Mason Rudolph does look pretty decent. Obviously, you got the 2 interceptions to worry about, but like I was saying earlier, it is what it is. Try and get this one to Freiermuth. Thankfully, Anthony Walker Jr. isn't Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, because that one should have been the 3rd interception. We're going to keep Broderick Jones in here. It does say that there is a risk of an injury to happen again, but we're going to live with those chances. Second down and 10 here. Just going to try and get the ball out to George Pickens in any way possible, and I'm just going to go no huddle. See what we can do here. This could be a very bad decision. 14 seconds. This looks like it's probably going to be one of the last plays. We're going to throw this one out of bounds. 4th down upcoming. And you're going to see the 3rd field goal attempt by Chris Boswell. It's going to be a 53-yarder. Wind is in his face this time, so it's not as easy of a kick. but it is a perfectly timed kick, perfect accuracy, and it is good, as it is going to be 17-9 at halftime. Browns do get the ball to start the second half, so we need to figure out how to stop these guys. So if you take away our stupid mistakes, the 2 interceptions, and then just poor defense on a couple of occasions, we would be winning this game. We need to score touchdowns. Field goals aren't going to win you games. But there's a look at the games around the league, since this is a Monday night game, as the Baltimore Ravens beat the Cincinnati Bengals 21-17. So the Bengals starting out 0-2 in the game as well. Kansas City lays it on Jacksonville. And then really not any more significant scores. Arizona dominates the New York Giants, as they look really bad even in Madden. But let's get back to the game, as we're going to kick off the second half. We're just going to try and continue to focus on running the ball inside now. And then we're going to defend the inside run. We want to make Deshaun Watson beat us. So we are set to kick off the second half here. I have a timer on my phone. I'm cooking a pizza. So if you guys hear a timer go off here in a little bit, just ignore it, as Chris Boswell is going to kick this one off to Jerome Ford. We need a big stop to start the second half. As hopefully you guys can hear the gameplay audio. I had to pause the gameplay. So hopefully you guys can see it on OBS is saying that it's not there. So hopefully you guys are hearing the gameplay audio. If you're not, I do apologize for kind of a discombobulated second half. As here to start the second half, we're going to go with the same play defensively here. This looks like it could be a potential run. They're not. They're going to drop back, quick pass, as TJ Watt was nearly out there in time to make a play. That's Marquise Goodwin, not Elijah Moore, like I said earlier. I think this one right here could definitely be a run, as they went past twice in a row. They got a 2 tight end set. It is a run. Holcomb in the backfield along with DeMonte Casey. Second down and 11. This is a big down right here. We can get after Deshaun Watson. It's going to be a screen out to David Bell. He's got some space to run, but Levi Wallace will take him down. Third down and 4 upcoming. I'm going to imagine they're going to try and pass again here on 3rd and 4. They could easily run against this look, because they're going to go with a screen, and Alex Highsmith is out there. I don't even think he saw the ball coming. The perfect start to the second half for our defense. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear the gameplay audio at all. It's kind of unfortunate, as I don't think I had it loud enough to begin with, but it is what it is. We're not here to listen to the gameplay audio. If we were, you guys would much prefer me to play and not commentate at all. So, bad return there by Calvin Austin. But here comes Najee Harris, 9 rushes, 64 yards, 7.1 yards per carry. We're going to look to feed him. First down and 10 here for our offense. One thing I will say as well, as far as Mason Rudolph has looked, aside from, my mistakes, he hasn't really thrown an interception due to just poor accuracy. It's been my fault on both interceptions. One was just a late read, and then one I hit the button wrong. Second down and 9 now. We're going to go play action, try to get out, as we're going to throw this one to Freiermuth, as he's going to try and stiff arm. He picks up what he can. 3rd down and 4 upcoming. 3rd down and 4. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if this is the right play call right here, but we're going to try and run the football on 3rd down. Terrible play call. Probably should have passed it. Just don't feel comfortable putting the ball in Mason Rudolph's hands in that situation. I felt like we could have picked it up on the ground. We can't, and that's the worst start for our offense to start the second half. Very good punt by Presley Harvin, as Jerome Ford will just fair catch it at the 30-yard line. So here comes Kareem Hunt. Only 6 carries for him, 49 yards. He's been good when he's had the football. As you're definitely seeing the results of having a poor defensive line, having Cameron Hayward out. I mean, the results are speaking for themselves. Christian McCaffrey went off against us last week. As that right there is just, we're going cover 4, and there was nobody in the area. First down pickup for the Browns. First down and 10. We're going to try and get after Watson here. He's going to throw this one quickly out to David Bell. Micah Fitzpatrick is out there to make the play, only a pickup of 1. See, I want to continue trying to go to zone, but if they're just going to pick us apart, then we have to try and go man. But if we make a mistake and have a linebacker on a receiver like we did earlier, it could hurt us. So they're going to go back out to David Bell. He's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. It's going to be a run. Nick Herbig's in there, and then it was Keanu Benton making the big-time play. 4th down upcoming, and they're going to have to punt the ball away again. Keanu Benton has a sack in this one, and then there's a big-time stop on 3rd down. Defense is bailing us out right now. So we're going to go with Connor Hayward at fullback here. You're going to see him back there. You're not going to see him back there a whole bunch, but you are going to see him back there at fullback, as Now this defensive line for the Cleveland Browns is really imposing their will. We're going to put Jaylen Warren out there, see if we can't get a different result with him instead of Najee Harris. Najee Harris really hasn't had the greatest start to the half, as there's a run for Warren, and he's going to pick up 7. 3rd and short upcoming. Is this 4-down territory? As we're going with a hefty set, we have an extra offensive lineman in there, Dan Moore. Definitely aren't going to be passing out of this set. As here's a run with Najee Harris. He's got space, trying to get behind his blockers. It's a 1st down. 1st down and 10. We're going to put Darnell Washington in motion to help out with blocking here on the left side, as we're going to give this one to Jaylen Warren. He's going to pick up 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 here. We're trying to get this one to George Pickens. He's got it. 3rd and 4 upcoming. And we're going to hurry up on the ball here, as there's nobody over the center. There's no linebacker in there to make a play. Hurry up, Mason Rudolph. We're going to get the ball off. It's going to be Jaylen Warren up the middle for a 1st down. We're going to go hurry up offense there. The Browns probably not expecting us to. Felt like the right call, as we're not going to put a lot of pressure here on Mason Rudolph to try and go out there and win us this game. We're going to lean on Najee Harris, lean on Jaylen Warren, as there's another 1st down pickup. 88 rushing yards for Najee Harris. 1st down and 10. Jaylen Warren is out there now. Try and get this one out to Freiermuth. Let him try and catch and run. That's a great play by the defensive back there. 2nd down and 8. We're just going to try and step up with Rudolph, and he's going down. 3rd and 7 upcoming. Probably had guys open, just kind of panicked in the pocket. As the 3rd quarter will wind down, we got a man open, and we just didn't see him in time. 4th down upcoming. And we're going to send out Chris Boswell for his 4th field goal attempt, as this one should be good enough, as it was nearly blocked. It's going to be 17-12. Man, George Pickens was wide open. I just saw the blitz coming. The first guy I looked at was Pat Freiermuth on that play. Definitely probably should have been 1st down and goal, for being honest. But it is what it is. It's a touchdown game now. If we scored a touchdown, we would take the lead. Our defense is doing their thing. Let's not try to get, over cocky or overconfident. Let's just take what the Browns are giving us, as Deshaun Watson will come out with only 23 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10 here for the Browns. Kareem Hunt in the backfield. David Njoku, the tight end, as Deshaun Watson's got a lot of time, as that one is going to be caught by David Bell. I think he's gotten majority of the targets in this game, as that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Let's see if the Browns think about running here on 2nd and 3. They're not. We're trying to bring pressure, as this one is dropped by, David Bell. 3rd down and 3 for the Browns. Another big 3rd down here for the Steelers defense. TJ Watt being double teaming as David Njoku catching it, as DeMonte KZ was in coverage. Couldn't break it up. 1st down and 10. Trying to bring more pressure here, as this one is dropped by Elijah Moore. I definitely want to try and get some pass rush here, as we really haven't been able to so far, as they leave in Kareem Hunt to try and help chip there, as Njoku catches it, picks up 2, 3rd down and 8 upcoming. We're going to look to get off the field here. We got Ogunjobi, Highsmith, and TJ Watt trying to get after Deshaun Watson here. Only a 3-man rush. They're going to leave a lot of guys in the block, and as Elijah Moore just gets wide open. Went cover 4 again. They're just taking advantage of our zone defense. Obviously, we're probably not bringing enough pressure on that play, but I just thought maybe it would work. Now at this point, we're going to definitely try and hope to hold Cleveland to a field goal. It's 1st down and 10. They are going to run the football now, as TJ Watt was in there, as I think that was Montravius Adams who went and cleaned it up. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. It's going to be play action here. We can't get after Watson. Elijah Moore is going to stroll into the end zone for a touchdown. Man, it just feels like we're unable to create any pass rush. This is a game that is definitely winnable, but right now we're just not getting it done. Field goals just don't help us anymore in this game. We need to score touchdowns if we're going to win this one, as this is the return for Calvin Austin Jr. I keep saying Jr. It's Calvin Austin the third. Hope you guys are catching my drift on that one. 1st down and 10 here. We're just going to continue to try and feed Najee Harris, as he's got a lot of space. Najee Harris tackled from behind by Anthony Walker Jr. Big time play. 1st down and 10 here. We're going to try and get this one to Robinson, as that one is out of his reach. We're going to have to take a look at the quarterback comparison between Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph, because they seem like they're pretty identical as far as the game goes so far. 2nd down and 10. We are going to look to pass here, as nobody can hold their blocks. That's going to be the third interception. It's Denzel Ward. Myles Garrett got in there as Ward's going to take this one all the way back, and the Browns are going to give us the dagger. I don't know what I'm supposed to do on that play. We can go back and look at the replay, but it just felt like the blocks weren't picked up. See, here it is right here. I mean, what is Najee Harris doing? I mean, he's far too late. Broderick Jones just got demolished out there by Myles Garrett. But Najee Harris, I mean, you know Myles Garrett is a dynamic pass rusher, one of the best in football. And you're looking, where is he looking? Why are you looking at Pat Freiermuth? So here's a return for Calvin Austin. He's got space once again, gets us to the 30-yard line, and now you just look to not throw any more interceptions. I definitely understand that the Steelers playbook is not the best playbook. I just want to keep seeing it out as the season goes along, but I don't think we're going to be using a lot of these plays for an entire season. As here's Pat Freiermuth. We're going to try and take what we can. First down and 10, we move the chains. We're going to step up with Rudolph. He's got space. Don't fumble the ball. Are you kidding me? That's probably going to do it. Tried to get down, and, fourth turnover. So a third down and 6 upcoming for the Browns. They're going to cross the middle, and it's caught by Bell. He's fighting through traffic. Can't take him down. Eventually we do first down for the Browns. As this is not the ideal start to the season. We're going to drop 2 in a row to start it. And you would hope that we would play better. The first game of the season, it's a tall task to try and beat a team like the 49ers, who are probably Super Bowl favorites. And then here in week 2, you got to throw out Mason Rudolph. We could have went with Mitch Trubisky, but would the game really have been any different? I highly doubt it. So it just sucks. We're not in a good position to win football games at the moment. But we can only improve from here, hopefully. And, it's a long season. Mike Tomlin's 500 winning streak is in jeopardy this year. I don't know how to stop these guys at this point. We're just giving up a lot of yards. Our offense can't do anything. As, if the Steelers were going to have a bad season at all in real life, it would be a type of season where your star quarterback goes down, or I should say your starting quarterback goes down, and you're forced to pick between 2 backups who just aren't really that good. The running game had some more success in this one, but defense struggled yet again, and our offense just couldn't pass the football. As here's another third down upcoming. Can we just get off the field here, maybe force a field goal instead of a touchdown? As this one, luckily, is overshot Desmond King in coverage. Couldn't keep up with Njoku. As they are going to kick a field goal. With this field goal, it would be a 22-point game. So, you've seen crazier things in football, right? So, giving up 38 points to kick off the season, and then giving up 34 in week 2, and only scoring 13 and 12 is just not a good start to the year. And I got to say, I think Mitch Trubisky will probably be our starting quarterback next week against the Raiders, as Rudolph, just hasn't taken care of the football. As first down and 10 here, we're just going to go with another quick hitter, Allen Robinson, having a bigger day this week than he did last week. That's saying something when he only has 3 catches. We're going to go with the run here to Najee Harris. Probably should have hit the bubble, as Najee has another 100-yard game, though, so that is something positive to look at. Third down and 4. Can we pick it up? As we're going to have George Pickens deep, and he's just overthrown. Fourth down and 4 here. I am going to go for it. Hopefully the Browns don't score a touchdown, because then the game will just look even worse. But I'm going to go for it. We're literally not going to gain anything from punting. So fourth down and 4 here. We're going to step up with Rudolph. Can he get the first down? He can. Just don't fumble this time. As I tried to get down on the previous one, it just didn't work out. Try and get this one out to Calvin Austin, as that one was almost intercepted again. So second down and 10 here. Just trying to hit Freiermuth on the tight end screen. I like that play design. And he's going to pick up 8 yards. Third down upcoming. So with third down and 2, we're just going to try and run it and pick up the first down that way. As we do, we'll call our first time out here. So at the moment, I would like to get George Pickens more involved. I just don't really know how at the moment. When you look at a guy like George Pickens, he's really not the greatest route runner. He's a good deep threat, as that's Isaac Samalu injured for our offensive line. That's not a good injury to see. Second down and 10, we're going to go run here with Jaylen Warren, as that one is blown up. Third down upcoming. Only 6 carries for Warren. He just really hasn't had that explosive game that you would hope that he has. Just going to throw that one away with Rudolph. 4th down upcoming. This will probably be the last play that you guys see. So 4th down and 11. We're going to try and get this one to Robinson. That's the 4th interception. 5th turnover of the game. Terrible pass, as that one is going to do it as we drop this one to the Browns, 34-12. I don't know what you guys expect from me in this one, as it's just overall was a terrible game, as we're by far going to be the team with the most turnovers in football. Well, that is going to do it. The Browns defeat us 34-12 on Monday Night Football. If you guys have any tips of what I can do to improve this offense, please let me know, because this is just a pathetic showing. 5 turnovers is just terrible. 2 interceptions that happened earlier in the game. They're whatever. The one was just a late read. One of them was me hitting the wrong button. So there's really not too much to hang our heads on. Then as the game went on, we just got worse and worse. 300 yards of offense. We ran the ball pretty efficiently. Maybe we just need to lean on the run more and just not have to worry about passing that often. But 5 turnovers is just incredibly terrible, as the Browns led in time of possession. And then looking at the passing, Deshaun Watson puts up a career day against us. Just couldn't do anything to stop him. Mason Rudolph, 4 interceptions, below 50% completion percentage. Najee Harris, 17 carries for 105 yards. Kareem Hunt, 55 yards on the ground. Looking at receiving, David Bell led receptions with 7. Pat Freiermuth, 6 for 45. Allen Robinson, 3 for 23. Najee Harris, 2 for 32. And then George Pickens, only 2 catches for 9 total yards. And then here are your sacks. Keanu Benton with 1 sack. Maurice Hurst, Go Blue, with 1 sack. Ogunjobi and Watt splitting a sack. And then looking at the interceptions, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Denzel Ward, and Juan Thornhill, all with interceptions. And then forced fumbles. Quan Alexander had a forced fumble. The recovery was by Mika Fitzpatrick. Hey, one thing that we did well, we kicked field goals very well. So we got an upgrade here for TJ Watt. I'm going to go with Speed Rusher. That'll put him up to 97 overall. It'll be 98 overall if the morale wasn't affecting him so much. And Calvin Austin also with an upgrade here. I don't know what to go with Calvin Austin. I'm just going to go with slot. Hopefully that can improve his route running abilities. It feels like we really don't have any playmakers on this offense, really aside from Najee Harris. So we have some things that we'll look at in the next episode, one of which is the first mock draft. Then you have regional focus scouting as well, where we'll try and focus on a specific region. I believe that's what you do with your national scout. And then there's also some players ready to negotiate. And we'll take a look at who we're going to have to negotiate with here in this offseason. Levi Wallace and Desmond King are the headliners. And then Keanu Neal, Chandon Sullivan, Miles Boykin. And then as you go down the list, there's really not anybody else that we really have to think about re-signing at the moment. Mason Rudolph is one guy. Don't know if we'll bring him back. He's a quality backup, you would think. But even then, 5 interceptions isn't good. And then we'll have to think about a 5th-year option for Najee Harris. The way he's playing right now, looks like that could be likely. So we talked about Casey Spencer in the last episode. This guy looks very good. Here's the player notes. Needs to work on simple concentration drops, exceptional body control on the sidelines, fights for every single inch as a runner, no issues climbing the ladder to make catches, avoids big hits following catches, excels at creating yards after the catch, and shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. This guy looks incredible. A, catching, B, deep route, and then B, catching traffic. And he's got great to elite in every single physical attribute that you can have. We don't know what his archetype is yet, but he is a guy who I think is number 1 on my board at the moment. That's the only guy that we're going to talk about here as far as scouting goes. We do have to look at the mock draft and our regional focus scouting in the next episode, but we're not going to look at it right now. One thing that I am going to do right this second is I'm going to go to the depth chart, and Mitch Trubisky will be starting in week 3. He's going to give us our best possible chance to win, as Mason Rudolph will be your thumbnail for this episode if you guys watch this much. It didn't really work out for him that well. Here are your weekly awards: Dak Prescott and Antoine Winfield Jr. in the NFC, Josh Allen and Max Crosby in the AFC. And then looking at team stats here, as far as offense goes, we're actually not at the bottom of the list. There's other teams that are worse than us. We have 568 total yards. Passing, we're probably almost dead last. Yeah, we're almost dead last. But running the ball, we're actually in 3rd. But points per game, we are almost as bad as the New York Giants. Defense, we are one of the worst defenses. Only the Jets are worse than us. We give up a lot of rushing yards. And then points, we've given up almost the most amount of points as well. Only 2 sacks for us on the season. And then looking at turnovers here, we're We're going to be dead last in turnover differential, and we lead the NFL in giveaways with 7, and we have 6 thrown interceptions. The Colts have 5. So not a great start to the year for us. If we do look at the quarterback comparison of the two, they threw for about the same amount, and both quarterbacks looked really bad. But I'm going to go with Mitch Trubisky moving forward just because Mason Rudolph just isn't going to really give us that great of a chance. If Trubisky sucks, then Rudolph will get his second opportunity, and then from there, we're going to definitely look to try and make a move to actually bring in a better quarterback. But that is going to do it for episode 2 of the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. Not a great start to the year. We're going to look to bounce back on the road against the Raiders, and then we have the Houston Texans after that. You got to imagine that could be a winnable game, but we got to simplify the offense. We can't throw 4 interceptions. We need to get into a comfortable rhythm. If we have to sign a third running back and just continue running the ball more, and that way we can give Najee Harris the breaks that he deserves, that's what we have to do. But we got to find a way to get a victory, because the season looks like it could be a long one if we can't figure it out very soon. That's going to do it, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.